Hello and welcome to another stream. Yesterday is the news for the Flight Simulator. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is from The Verge. Microsoft Flight Simulator is getting a huge PC performance improvements this month. Microsoft Flight Simulator is a notoriously demanding piece to the PC side on July the 27th. During a recent Twitch stream spotted by Twinfint, Asbo demonstrated just how significant the performance improvements will be on older systems with an Intel Core i7 9700K and an RTX 2060 Super. Microsoft Flight Simulator jumped from around 30 FPS to nearly a solid 60 FPS, just thanks to the patch. CPU utilization also drops from 100% to 75% on this particular PC, and memory drops from around 16 GB to 4.7 GB. We have rewritten a lot of the parts of the engine in order to get the maximum performance out of the sim, explains Asbo CEO Sebastian Wallach. The team has been mainly working on CPU optimizations as the game has been incredibly CPU heavy since its launch last year. While Microsoft Flight Simulator will move to an executive producer on Microsoft Flight Simulator at Azubo confirmed the upcoming move to DirectX 12 on PC will also allow the team to enable ray tracing in the game. Effects should include better water, improved shadows, and the usual reflections we expect to see in ray-traced games. With the Xbox version of Microsoft Flight Simulator launching on July the 27th, alongside these PC changes, the team confirmed that the simulator will run at 30 FPS on both the Xbox Series X and Series S, as both consoles support variable refresh rates VRR. There will be an option to go higher than at 30 FPS on TVs and monitors that support it. The Xbox Series X will run Flight Simulator at 4K, while the Xbox Series S runs the game at 1080p. And with that said, we are going to the developers. Here we go.
Working hard, and it's mostly on the engine, right? On all the tests. So I mean, in PC it's a very complex world, so I can't say everybody's gonna get this much frame rate or whatever. So today, in order to give an example of how much improvements you can expect, the video just simply shows my dev computer, right? It's my machine. You have the specs on screen, exactly what I'm running. So it's ultra detail. It's upraised in 4K because my graphic board isn't capable of going full 4K at high frame rates, and I'm doing about the same flight. It's real flying, just conditions, and you will see the difference in frame rate between the first and the second flight, which is really approximately the same pace. So voila, it's Manhattan, and you can see it's around 35, 40 frames. It goes down a little bit later because we're coming closer to a heavily loaded area. It goes down to 35 and 32 even. And let's also stop on the system data, which I'm putting up. It's is it really a bit later? 5 seconds delay. Just yeah, when it's very important system information. When is it coming? CPU optimization and re-architecturing and moving around things, and some GPU improvements too, right? So you will see on the next video the impact of this, but here clearly, and also look at the memory. It was using 27 gigs on my computer. So 27 gigs for Ultra in Manhattan. 100% CPU occupation and 75 GPU. And so let's.
And maybe you can talk a bit about also the stuttering that can be seen on the.
Yeah, and you can see on the frame rate, it's there's a lot of red, right? So there's a lot of stutters. Yeah. And so this is sim update 5. So exactly same computer, same day, same configuration. Everything's the same. So frame rate is at the beginning it's a solid 60. It goes down to where it slowed down on the other version to 35, slows down to 50-ish, something 59, 50, 58. Stutter is almost gone, and you will see also. So you can already see here a little bit the simulation only uses 4.7 gigs. So you will see it on the system. It's a bit more because well, there's the rest of the system which is running, and I actually have the compiler open, so it's a lot more in the system. So let's pause on the system very quickly. So here you can see the GPU is 100%, and the CPU is 75% only. So it totally moved over the work, and now the CPU is free, so you can even run other stuff in the background, which is not gonna make your sim stutter anymore. And you can see the memory of the system is down to 14 gigs, and the sim is down from 16 gigs something to 4.7. And frame rate, yeah, is 54 here in this case, where it's really hard for the system. You can see that it's so I balanced it between GPU and CPU. It's really the GPU which is more loaded because of the buildings in the background, but completely stutter free. On my computer, it's up by 20 frames, I would say, per second, 20 to 30 frames per second, and yeah, 25% CPU free on the system.
That's awesome. It's really cool to see a side-by-side comparison like this. Do you have anything that you could say about VR frame rate?
Well, I believe that is everything that the interview went. I've not had any more updates of anything. But yeah, be sure to check out Microsoft Flight Simulator if you have not played it before. Just take note that there is going to be few changes upcoming, including patches, as I read before. So it's just pretty much being aware and that the changes don't knock you off guard. Just, you know, try and keep update with them as much as you can. And then you'll expect the changes to mostly change. A few there's going to be a few that's going to change on the 27th of July. I do have Microsoft Flight Simulator myself. I don't play it as often because of when I'm streaming, it just lags and it just doesn't really do really well for my stream, because while I'm playing that game and streaming at the same time, it's using a lot of it's got really heavy CPU usage going on. So that is why I'm not I haven't streamed Microsoft for a while. Obviously I only knew about this information earlier today, which was released, I would say, about 2-3 hours ago. So yeah. But with that said, that is everything I've got for you at the moment. If you have not done so just yet, subscribe, like, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any updates, content, or anything else on my stream. That way you'll get notified every time. I will try and keep everyone updated as much as I can with Microsoft Flight Simulator. When I get a buzz feed come through, I'll be sure to start hooking it up and everything, and we'll go from there. But yes, thank you guys, and I will see you all on the next one. Gaming Guy out.